Hello, everybody. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16mm films and sometimes cheat and show old 35mm films. And that was something that was from the National Archives as part of their collection. This was a lot of raw stock footage that was used, if I had to guess, maybe in the film The River, which was a WPA film that came out in the 30s, I think so. But yeah, beautiful footage. There's lots of it up on the National Archive website. Let's see. Let's move ahead 20 plus years and watch Television Serves Its Community. Enjoy.
Inside a television station, everyone is busy working on programs of entertainment, public events, and information. All programs must be scheduled ahead. Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, there will be a news roundup. At 2 o'clock, a musical program. And at 3, a holiday parade. This is the story of these 3 programs. They all begin with planning. Monday, 6 days before the musical show, the writer meets with the program manager. For this Sunday's big number, they're planning a polka dance. The writer puts their ideas into a script describing sound and picture. From the finished script, the director plans the actual performance. It will be in this studio. He plans the dance in a mountain village setting, starting with a special house. Further planning is done for the sets, the costumes, and the music. The program costs are added up and listed in a budget. The station itself pays for some programs. For others, the program manager gets the budget money from a sponsor. Sponsors use television to advertise their products, such as meat. The program manager believes the advertiser will buy the musical program if the price is all right. By Wednesday afternoon, the planning of the musical show is complete. On Thursday, the remote truck, a television station on wheels, is prepared to cover the holiday parade. 3 days before the Sunday show, the parade route is checked on a map. The big color cameras are tested. The parade plans and equipment are ready. The news director and staff begin preparing their program on Friday. By teletype machine, they receive national news. With cameramen and reporters, they cover local news. Unexpected emergency events are handled by fast-moving equipment such as this telecopter, a flying television unit. In the station's film library, background news film is chosen. The Sunday News Roundup is almost ready. By Friday afternoon, the musical costumes have been fitted. In the station's carpenter shop, the set is being built. In the studio, the polka dance is rehearsed. The choreographer is in charge of the dance. All the movements are designed by the choreographer to show up well on the television screen. He guides the dancers through every step of the rehearsal. Saturday afternoon, the remote truck leaves for the parade area. Early Sunday, the last check of equipment. The crowd and the cameras are ready and waiting. At the same moment, in the musical show studio, everyone is making final preparations. The lights are controlled from a booth overlooking the stage. The director shows the star how to open the show. The director helps actors play their parts well. Next, he rehearses the commercial. The director controls the rehearsal from the control booth in 3 ways. First, by headphone.
Camera, sound.
The camera's all set, Bill.
You know how some sausage is always rosy fresh? And
Second, by loudspeaker.
Cut it. Tom, hold off at
To start, I don't want you to pick up the package of sausage until you say, well.
And third, through an assistant.
Cue him again.
Hi. You know how
The
some
announcer
sausage
reads
is
from a
always
prompter,
rosy fresh,
and his voice
and
is
some
picked up
sausage
by a
you see in the
microphone.
store looks kind of gray? That's because it's been
His
shipped
picture
before.
enters the camera through the
Our
lens.
sausage is made fresh every day from fresh
The
dressed
cameraman sees the picture on the
That's
back of the
why
camera.
Our sausage is always rosy fresh, and folks are wild
By
about it.
flipping lenses,
It's made
the camera
in our
shows a
own
wider
sausage-making establishment.
or a closer picture.
Only the best Eastern meat goes into this lean, juicy sausage. Just wait till you sizzle up a
The director has special viewers called monitors.
It's made in our own sausage-making establishment. Only the best Eastern meat goes into this lean, juicy sausage. Try it tomorrow. Rosy fresh at your store.
Are the dancers ready? Cue the music.
Also rehearsing are the 2 cameramen. On the control booth monitors,
Ready,
both
camera
cameras'
2.
pictures are seen below. The one of them televised at the moment is also seen above. The director
Camera one,
chooses
put
camera
down.
1
Move
or
left
camera
one.
2 by pushing a button.
Take 2. Stand by 1. Take 1. Take 2.
A red light shows the camera chosen.
Hold it there, 1. Ready, 1. Take 1. Flip out 2. Ready, 2. Take 2. That's it. Hold it, all 4. Now move in.
While camera 2 shows all 4 dancers, Camera 1 moves in to pick up a pair of them. 2 cameras help keep the program varied and interesting.
Ready 1, take 1. Ready camera 2, take 2. Move in 1.
The rehearsal ends. The performers get ready for the actual show. At the same time, in the film room, the background news film is put on a movie projector. At 1 o'clock, the weekend news roundup goes on the air. This news report is one of the programs paid for by the station as a community service. The background film runs in the film room. The movie projector shines directly into a television camera. While the film is on the air, the news director gets a flash. A house is burning down. The news director alerts the recording room. This videotape recorder will record both picture and sound on magnetic tape. The telecompter camera is very small. The news program is interrupted and the fire goes directly on the air. At the same time, it is tape recorded for later news programs. In 5 minutes, the news will end and the musical will start. The last touch of makeup is applied. Makeup helps people look natural on the screen. The studio lights are warmed up. The news program is ending.
KTLA TV 5. Stand by. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cue music.
Hooga parade!
The star opens the show just as he rehearsed. Engineers keep constant check on the picture and sound. From the station, the program goes to a transmitter and through the air into people's homes.
Get some and try it tomorrow, won't you? Rosy Fresh at your store.
The show is almost over. The stage is quickly changed for the big number.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tom.
Now all the planning and rehearsing are put to the test.
Cue music. Move left 1. Ready 2, take 2, flip in 1, hold a couple. Ready 1, and take 1, and 2. Ready 1, take 1. Ready 2, and take 2.
Just as the musical ends, the parade program begins. Television is always busy, bringing information, public events, and entertainment to its community.
So I made a mistake. I showed that film because I thought the guy that doing the ad was Wink Martindale. But in listening to it, I heard the producer say Tom, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not Wink Martindale. That's Tom Kennedy. That's a totally different game show host. Crap. So I was going to stop and say, look, it's a young Wink Martindale. No, it's a totally different person. We lost Wink Martindale yesterday. And so I was going to show that and say, oh, well, there's a young Wink Martindale. And then here's him a little bit later in the mid-'60s.
Mom, how do the gulls fly?
Well, they ride on the air.
Like an air car?
Sort of. What are you building, Jamie?
It's our house. Can't you tell?
Yes, but you haven't finished it.
What did I forget?
What's this room?
That's the center where I go to school.
Yes?
That's where the computer lives, and where I go to sleep, and where you and Daddy sleep, and where we go to swim, and where we see the ball game.
And the symphony.
What did I...
Well, you left out the room where you're supposed to scrub behind your ears.
Oh, yeah. The bath court.
Right. And there's one more, the health center.
Where Daddy exercises is measured?
Right.
How does the computer know everything? I mean like how many times to exercise and all.
I haven't the faintest notion. That's just too much for your old mother to understand.
Old? You're not so old.
Well, I'll be 44 next year.
That's not so old.
Not anymore.
What year is it now? I forgot.
Here, I'll show you.
(1999 AD). More than a generation away, and yet dreams travel faster than light. And even now, scientists and planners are shaping the lives of our children who will live in the 21st century. How will they live? Perhaps in a honeycombed structure like this, the oldest, strongest natural shape known. Hexagon modules that grow with a family's size and interests. Michael Shore, 45, husband, father, is an astrophysicist. Several days each week, he commutes to a distant laboratory where he's engaged in the Mars One project, the colonization of the first planet. His minor in the some 10 years he attended a Midwestern university was botany. It is one of his many continuing hobbies. He is engrossed on this sunny morning in the study of the cellular structure of a new exotic fruit tree. Hopefully, his experiments will produce a giant peach with a thick protective skin much like that of a tangerine. This is one of the many 21st century devices or appliances that are part of the everyday life of the Shore family. This workbench with its electronic screen enables Michael to call up photographic sections of the two parent fruit trees from which he began his experiments 3 years ago. At that time, he stored the two photographic images in the central home computer, which is secretary, librarian, banker, teacher, medical technician, bridge partner, and all-around servant in this house of tomorrow. All pertinent information about this family, its records, its tastes, and reference material, is stored in these memory banks, available instantly to every member of the family. Master James Shaw, 8 years old, student, attends formal school 2 mornings a week. Much of his education, however, is carried on in a kind of education center within the home.
And so, an era that began 500 years earlier with Copernicus and Galileo ends as the first astronaut takes his first halting steps onto the shores of the moon and begins a new age of man.
His assignments are programmed into the home computer and fed into teaching machines, which allow him to progress as rapidly as his awakening mind can absorb the audio-visual lessons.
This is Lecture 102. Galileo's life work, and indeed his personal character, can perhaps be exemplified by describing one of his early experiments. According to Aristotle, a body that falls possesses weight. Those that do not fall have no weight. Since air does not fall, it has no weight. Galileo decided to examine this conclusion in his own fashion.
Karen Ann Shaw, 43, wife, mother, part-time homemaker.
Hey, Mom, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. How about lunch?
How about 2 minutes?
Okay, 2 minutes and counting. 120, 119.
All right, but you better not show up with a dirty face.
115. 113. 112.
Mike, how about chicken salad?
Ugh.
Cheese omelet?
Cheeseburger, some French fries, and a nice cold bottle of beer.
I'll see. Mike, cold roast beef?
Okay, be right there.
75, 74, 73. 39, 38, 37, 36. Twenty, 19, 18, 17, 16. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
And luncheon is served.
Split-second lunches, color-keyed disposable dishes, all part of the instant society of tomorrow, a society rich in leisure and taken for granted comforts. At the turn of the next century, most food will be stored frozen in individual portions. The computer will keep a running inventory on all foodstuffs and suggest daily menus based on the nutritional needs of the family. When the meal has been selected, the various portions are fed automatically into the microwave oven for a few seconds of thawing or warming. The house of 1999 will be virtually maintenance-free. A central atmospheric system will maintain constant year-round temperatures and control humidity, bacteria, pollen, and dust. Clothing of the non-disposable variety will be stored in cleaning closets, where a chemical vapor atmosphere and an ultrasonic vibrator will remove dirt particles. Fingertip shopping will be one of the many homemakers' conveniences. This video console will be channeled into the store of her choice. There, a camera will scan a display of wares, which she will select by push button. Another part of this console is a household monitor screen, which maintains a watch on critical areas in the house, swimming pool, or yard. What the wife selects on her console will be paid for by the husband at his counterpart console. All bills and transactions will be carried out electronically. A central bank computer will debit the family's account the amount of purchases and credit the department store, for example, informing the family's home computer at the same time. Father, at the touch of a button, receives an instantaneous printed copy of his budget, the amount of taxes he owes, the payments left on the car, and so forth. All documents and household records are available on the video screen for immediate reference. Also at his disposal is an electronic correspondence machine, or home post office, which allows for instant written communication between individuals anywhere in the world. To maintain these and hundreds of complex electronic circuits, a monitor checks all circuits every few seconds, inserts a backup circuit if and when trouble develops, and alerts the communal service agency for replacement. The Home Energy Center, with its fuel cell, furnishes power, provides absolutely pure water, burns waste, and heats or cools the rooms. Too computerized? Too cold? The world of tomorrow will be as cold as sunlight tuned through photochromic windows. It will be as wide as the ocean, which provide not only recreation for the adventurous, but an increasing variety of hydra-cultured exotic fresh foodstuffs. And tomorrow will be as happy as music.
Hey, Chopin, what's up?
Oh, playing a song.
Ah, what's it called?
I forgot.
You faker. How about playing the song we learned yesterday?
Okay.
Let's augment this a bit, shall we?
Okay.
Yes, life will be richer, easier, healthier as space-age dreams come true. As part of his everyday regime, Michael Shaw enters this home health center. He lies for perhaps 15 seconds on a kind of medical couch. His weight, temperature, pulse, respiration, blood pressure, and electrocardiogram are routinely recorded. At the same time, his body is scanned for any isolated temperature pockets that signal oncoming disease or a localized infection. At the end of the examination period, the computer calculates the amount of exercise necessary to balance Mike's food intake and maintain proper muscle tone.
Exercise requirements: 8½ minutes bicycle, 6 minutes programmed calisthenics.
Oh, that's ridiculous. This thing can make a mistake, you know.
Your weight increase over 30 days, 1.1 kilograms. Repeat exercise requirements: 8½ minutes bicycle, 6 minutes programmed calisthenics. Confirm, please. Confirm, please.
Oh.
The computer now relays any important physical changes to a central community medical center, where Mike's personal physician will be alerted for further diagnosis. At conclusion of the exercise period, the pertinent data are again recorded for comparison with pre-exercise measurements. The results are again forwarded to the community medical center for further study if necessary. If the computerized life occasionally extracts its pound of flesh, it holds out some interesting rewards.
Hi, Fred. How's the old golf game?
Don't ask. 6 inches of snow and a blizzard on the way. What do you got in mind?
Oh, how about some golf at Pebble Beach Saturday afternoon?
Great. Anything to get out of here.
All right, hold on a minute. I don't know. The coast looks a little doubtful. There's a low moving in. Let me check Mexico City. Yeah, looks great. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll meet at the El Centro about noon, have some lunch, and then we'll tee off.
Great. Only this time, I'm going to have to get about 2 strokes aside, because I haven't been playing all winter, and I'm a little rusty, and I know that you've probably been playing every day, right? Sure.
In a virtually dirt-free environment, Karen Shaw, several hours a week, gets her hands very dirty. She's a skilled potter. Her work decorates their home and the homes of many of their friends. During her career years, she was a teacher of fine arts. Now she's able to continue practicing her crafts because the household demands on her time have been greatly diminished. In the same way, Jamie, although he has a rigorous lesson schedule, is already taking advantage of his electronic world.
Who's your worthy opponent?
Dad?
Oh.
I'm replaying that game we had Sunday. He's a little loose with his queen, and I want to see if I can work that trap that Bobby Fischer used in the World Games.
Your dad'll be home soon. Why don't you wait and play him live?
Okay.
Well, I've got things to do in the kitchen.
I think I'll help you. What you doing with the oranges?
I'm fixing dinner.
The old-fashioned way?
Mm-hmm. The old-fashioned way.
What you call that stuff?
Well, we're having duckling a la orange, my love.
That's pretty fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Are we having company?
The Shaws are giving a party.
Comme ça va aujourd'hui?
And how was your flight?
We finally got clearance from Denver to go up to 25,000 feet.
How are things in Paris, Pete? Family settled down okay?
Yeah, Marge loves it, and the kids are parley-booing like natives.
What's about Vicky in med school?
Well, you know, she likes to keep busy. And
how's the fishing in the Philippines?
Oh, I've never had a fishing like that anywhere in the world.
I still say you can't beat the Amazon. You know, I happened to catch a live performance of a great, sensational new singer from Puerto Rico the other night. Would you like to see him?
Love to, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Recorded a great new singer down San Juan way the other night. Would you like to see him?
Oh, sure. Share it with you.
Hace mucho tiempo que no le veo, por favor. Qué alegría.
Cuando sale de La Habana, válgame Dios, nadie me ha visto salir si no fui yo. Y una linda guachimanga salía fue yo, que se vino tras de mí, que sí señor. Cuéntala tus amores y en mis vidas, corónala de flores que es cosa mía, chinita que sí. Ay, que dame tu amor. Ay, que vente conmigo, chinita, donde viva yo, viva yo, viva yo.
Mike, would you make me a dupe of that? I'd like to show it to some friends of ours who spent a lot of time down there.
Sure. Well, I guess you want it in 3D, huh?
Yeah, we finally made the switch.
You got to keep up with the times, you know.
Yeah, but,
But what?
well, there's 3D and 4D, you know. What's next?
What's next? You never know. You never really know.
What's next? The things you've seen are technically possible. It remains only to apply what we now know to fulfill these dreams of tomorrow. The world of 1999 and beyond is limited only by the boundaries of our imagination today.
What the hell is 4D? So, I saw that film. When was the first time I saw that? At Craig Baldwin's other cinema space in the Mission in San Francisco. And I was like, holy cow, this is amazing. And I saw it in the mid-90s. And I was like, I got to find this film because this is phenomenal. And I would love to show it at 1999. Eventually, I did end up with a print, 2 prints of it, which were both equally beat to hell. And so at some point, I put this online, and it made its way around the internet. And I have to say, I'm proud. I have my own Snopes entry where people were saying that this film was a hoax, it was fake, that I had put fake scratches on it to make it seem like it was real. And I got contacted by an LA TV station, a news station, that basically said, hey, we're covering internet hoaxes and things like this, and we'd love to talk to you about this film, year 1999 AD. And I said, okay, sure. And they were like, well, we'd love to interview you somehow. And I said, well, you can certainly interview me, but you should find Wink Martindale because you're in LA, and you should interview him. So this is the interview. Enjoy.
What will the world be like in the year 2047? You might think no one can accurately predict technology 40 years into the future. CBS 2 reporter Dave Malkoff joins us here in the studio with a look at one video which did just that way back in 1967.
That's right, Paul. It's an internet video gaining internet meme status tonight that was made 40 years ago. It accurately predicted things like email, online shopping, podcasts, even these big plasma screens that are in a lot of people's houses now. Now, some people have called this an internet hoax, but it's not. It's more like something, YouTube Nostradamus or something like that.
What year is it now? I forgot.
Here, I'll show you.
Despite the title, this educational film was produced in 1967 to describe a distant and technologically advanced future.
All part of the instant society of tomorrow.
There are no flying cars in this house of the future, but there's this.
This video console will be channeled into the store of her choice. There, a camera will scan a display of wares, which she will select by push button.
It accurately predicted online shopping decades before it existed.
What the wife selects on her console will be paid for by the husband at his counterpart console.
Still stuck in 60s gender roles, it also foretold of online banking, email,
which allows for instant written communication between individuals anywhere in the world.
Now, there's some controversy on the internet whether this is real or fake, but this guy in the video is a young version of a game show host you might know as Wink Martindale. So, Wink, real or fake?
I think we'd have to say that's real.
The Philco Ford company, now part of Philips Electronics, made this all those years ago. Now the video is sold by AV Geeks on DVD, and that's how it ended up on the internet.
But I'd forgotten about it. But it's gotten apparently thousands and thousands of hits.
You see microwave ovens, home video editing, plasma screens on the wall.
Well, I'm watching this on a Mac laptop, but this could easily be the Family Central computer.
What's next?
Perhaps the students who watched this went out and invented this stuff.
I mean, who would have thunk it? Who would have thought that back in 1967?
So I guess I'm reporting from the future.
The world of 1999 and beyond is limited only by the boundaries of our imagination today.
Sure proves when you go out to predict the future.
You never know. You never really know.
You sure don't. You can see the film for yourself in its entirety on something they call the World Wide Web. It's a kind of a screen that allows you to see information by pushing buttons on a keyboard. Push the button cbs2.com/Dave.
So there you go. Years later, I was doing some digitizing work for someone who was doing documentaries about, I guess, like the speedboats. And at some point it came up the conversation that the guy knew Wink Martindale. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me show you this thing. And my pitch was, you should do a documentary short with Wink Martindale talking about this film, and I, certainly would talk, and we could, talk about the cultural phenomenon of it, and about the future, and about it predicting the future, and all that stuff. And it didn't work out. It didn't pan out. But rest in peace, Wink Martindale. We certainly did not align politically towards later years in your life, but I loved you on Tic Tac Doe, and I certainly love you in your 1999 AD. All right, let's do a departure. Last film here, Autumn Comes to the Forest. Enjoy.
In the summertime, the sun is hot. The days are long. Leaves are full grown on the trees. There are so many leaves, so close together, that it's hard to see past them. The leaves almost block sunlight from shining through. Leaves form a protective cover, shading the forest below. Here, the air isn't very hot, but it's still warm and moist. We don't see many forest animals on hot summer days because, like the raccoon, they seek shady places to rest. Snakes spend much of their time in the shade of logs and rocks. Even birds seem less active, although they still move about, hunting for food. Many forest birds feed on insects. Insects are at their busiest during the summer. Caterpillars are busy feeding on leaves. Katydids also feed on green plants. As the weeks go by, the days become shorter. What has happened to these leaves? As leaves are being eaten by insects, seeds and fruits are forming on trees. Seeds, you know, can grow into new plants. Some seeds grow inside cones. These are cones of a spruce tree. Seeds also grow inside nuts, like acorns. Berries and other fruits contain seeds too. Many forest birds feed on berries. The raccoon feeds on berries and on insects. Toward the end of summer, many birds fly to warmer lands. We say that they are migrating. As summer comes to an end, the forest becomes cooler and drier. Less rain falls, so there is less water to flow up the trunk of each tree. Less water reaches each branch. Less water reaches each leaf. At the base of each leaf stem, the plant material begins to grow thicker. It grows in the form of a band or ring around the stem. This cuts off the supply of water. Without water, the green matter in each leaf begins to die. As this happens, the colors of leaves begin to change. of summer is past. Autumn has come to the forest. Nuts and seeds are fully grown, and they begin to drop from the trees. Walnuts, hickory nuts, beech nuts, horse chestnuts, acorns. You know that a tiny acorn can grow into a giant oak tree. Most nuts are gathered by squirrels or other forest animals for food. Squirrels carry many nuts to holes in trees, where they store them for the coming winter. Of course, some they eat right away. Many nuts are also buried in holes that squirrels dig in the ground. Enough nuts must be put away to last through the coming winter. Other animals are also busy searching for food. This mink seems to sense the coming of winter. He looks thin now. He'll need to fatten up a bit before winter starts. The opossum, too, seems to sense that his food supply is getting smaller. The raccoon usually washes its food. Now he's searching for clams, snails, and other food in a forest stream. Grass growing along the edge of the forest is one of the favorite foods of the deer. As the days get colder, the deer of the forest begin to get fatter. Their fur begins to get longer and thicker. This will help the deer to stay warm when winter winds sweep through the forest. As winter approaches, leaves begin to fall. Can you think why autumn is sometimes called fall? As the weather becomes cooler and the days become shorter, more birds begin to migrate. They seem to sense that soon there won't be enough food for them, so they begin their journey to warmer lands. A few weeks later, the leaves have turned brown. Soon the ground will be covered with snow and ice. How will the forest animals live then? Well, look how fat the raccoon looks. He has enough food stored in his body to help him get through the winter with little to eat. He'll crawl into a hole in the ground or into a hollow log or tree and spend much of the winter in a deep sleep. Snakes also seek shelter as winter approaches. So does the mink. Each animal seeks a place to keep warm and to hide from animal enemies. The squirrel will also spend part of his time huddled in his home. But he'll come out now and then to dig up the nuts he has stored. The raccoon continues to find whatever food he can. His fur is thick and long now. Some insects are also getting ready for the winter. Many caterpillars spin cocoons. The cocoon will protect the tender insect from cold, dry winter air. During the last days of autumn, geese, ducks, and other water birds stop by the forest on their way south. Each year, these birds follow the same paths through the sky. Finally, a day comes when all the migrating birds have left. The other animals will stay through the winter. The forest is ready.
That was a bittersweet film. Nice and chill, relaxing. Autumn is one of my favorite times of the year, actually, because it's my birthday and also it's Halloween and things start there's this crispness. The humidity is beginning to go away. The insects are beginning to go away. So I love it. Thanks for watching today. Very much appreciate you tuning in and your comments. And also for those of you who came to my show last night at the Alamo, I very much appreciate that. That was very cathartic for me, and hopefully it was for you too. Yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow to watch more films, and hopefully no more people will die. Hopefully tomorrow will just be a regular show, and I don't have to do tributes. I try to. So here's the thing. Wink Martindale was easy for me to do a tribute to because I had the film ready and available. I can't always do that. So sometimes people will say, oh, are you going to do something about such and such who died? And, well, do I have any films with that person? Do I have easy access to those films? So it's no slight to those people that passed, but sometimes I can whip it together, sometimes I can't. And I found out last night that he had died, so I was able to put it together this morning. So if somebody dies while we're watching the show, while I'm streaming, it's very hard for me to whip and put something together. So that's just an FYI. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. You can also donate via the Super Thanks button. Those are great ways to support us. Also, ko-fi.com/avgeeks. or patreon.com/avgeeks or other ways to show your love. Or you can watch other films that we have online. So those are great ways to support us with your eyeballs and your fingers. So this is what's crazy about Year 1999 AD is there's only one scene that really has a keyboard, like an actual typewriter keyboard. Everything else is some sort of weird interface, like that whole thing with the kid in the school, and it's just a series. It's like a whole grid of XY buttons. What is that? That's nuts. Anyways, all right. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.